Hey everybody, welcome back. It's been a while since the last unboxing I did, but got a new set coming out. It's the Scarlet and Violet Pokemon TCG set, and since pre-releases recently concluded at my local game store, I figured I'd get some packs to open for you guys. How I came to get these is, well, the store had some leftover pre-release kits that they weren't able to sell during the actual pre-release event, and I was able to buy a couple of the extra kits, and these are the packs from those. I've got 12 of them, so with that being said, let's not waste any more time and get right into it, starting with pack number 1. So, first pack contains Pomo. A lot of these Pokemon are going to be new since a lot of them come from the new Scarlet and Violet video game. So you're going to see a lot of new Pokemon here. Toad School, Rotom. There are some familiar ones too as well. We got Chansey, Spiritomb, Ultra Ball. Very good staple card to get. I can't pronounce that. Espathra. There we go. Offer your treat, which is nice. King Gambit. Wug Trio. And Oinkologne EX. This is the new multi-prize Pokemon from the new Scarlet and Violet sets. They're EXs. They can be stage 1s and stage 2s as well as basics, and they're worth 2 prizes when defeated. This is actually the first EX I've pulled. I've attended a couple of pre-releases, and I haven't been able to pull a single one yet, so this is nice to see. So let's take a closer look at this Pokemon. It has 260 hit points, it's colorless. Its attacks are Maddening Scent for 1 colorless energy. It does 10 damage plus 30 more for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. And for 3 colorless energy, it can do Heavy Stomp for 210, but it also requires you to flip a coin, and if it's tails during your next turn, this Pokemon can't attack. And finally, we have a basic Metal Energy. But that's nice. First pack, and already got an EX. Very nice. There are some cool, interesting EXs in this one, including there's a Gardevoir EX in here that's pretty cool. It would be nice to get that. As well as the Miraidon EX as well. That's a new lightning Pokemon. Anyway, we got second pack here. And in this one, we've got Shuppet, Tandemaus, only 30 hit points, but it can do 20 damage for 1 energy, which is kind of neat. Smoliv, Primeape. It's actually a common which is kind of interesting. Greedent, Vivillon, Doxbun. Kind of an interesting one. It has an ability called Well-Baked Body, which prevents it from being burned, and it prevents all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's fire Pokemon. Kind of interesting. Got a switch that's a reverse foil, if you can tell. Hold it up to the camera there. Another reverse foil, it's Sprigatito. And Hawlucha is the rare for the pack. This one's actually a pretty good one. Only 70 hit points, but it has a great ability in Flying Entry. You play it down from your hand onto your bench, and you get to choose 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon and put 1 damage counter on each of them. So it's a nice way to get some extra damage on your opponent's board. Very nice to see. Some good cards so far. Pack number 3. We've got a Pawniard, a Crushing Hammer, always a good card to have. It's flip a coin, heads, discard an energy from one of your opponent's Pokemon. Starly, that's Cool to have. I've got a few Staravias and a Staraptor in some of my other pre-release kits that I've actually opened at pre-release, so I finally have this matching Starly. Flittle. Florges has an ability called Blooming Garden, which gives your Pokemon in play no weakness. Another Greedent. Vivillon. Reverse foil is a Watrel. There's a Staraptor, also a reverse foil. And Quaquaval as the rare of the pack. It's got 170 hit points, its attack does 140 for 1 water and 2 colorless, and its ability, Energy Carnival, allows you to, once per turn, attach a basic energy from your hand to one of your Pokemon. Very nice. And now, pack 4. We've got Houndoom, Fido. It's actually the first one of that I've pulled. I've pulled the evolved one, which is the Doxbun I've shown, that one. But that's cool. Scatterbug, which has an interesting ability, Adaptive Evolution. It allows this Pokemon to evolve during your first turn or the turn you play it. Kind of a nice ability there. Drifloon, Flaffy, Youngster, a supporter that lets you shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw 5 cards. It's basically like Shauna. I forget which set it's from, though. That one. Blissey, Slowbro. I've actually pulled a couple of these. This is the first one that's in reverse foil that I've gotten. Scatterbug. And we got Gardevoir EX. This is one of the more popular Chase EXs from the set. So what does it do? It's got an ability, Psychic Embrace. As often as you like during your turn, you may attach a basic Psychic Energy card from your discard pile to one of your Psychic Pokemon. If you attach an energy to a Pokemon in this way, you put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon, and you can't use this ability on a Pokemon that would be knocked out. So it's great for accelerating energy in a Psychic deck. Though it will have to watch out, it is weak to Darkness. But yeah, definitely one of the better EXs, especially since there's a Curlia, in one of the earlier sets that lets you draw cards, which is nice to pair with this Gardevoir. So, 4 packs in, we got a couple of EXs already, so that's nice. Let's see if we can get some more. Pack number 5, here we go. We got a Shroomish, a Mankey, let's go with that Primeape we got earlier, Charcadet, Capsakid, another Doxbun, Torkoal, Scovillain. It's actually the evolved form of the Capsakid, so it's nice to get. It's cool to get both a basic and its evolution in the same pack. Cyclizar is a reverse foil. Maschiff. And, Magnezone EX. The full art one. It has 330 hit points, which is quite a lot. It's a stage 2, though. And its attacks are Energy Crush, 1 energy, 1 lightning, 50 damage times the number of energy attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon. And its other attack is Pulse Launcher, 2 lightning for 220 damage, and you also do 30 to yourself. Very cool. And now, about halfway through, this is pack number 6. So here we have Sprigatito, which is the Pokemon I ended up picking as my starter in the Pokemon Scarlet video game. Flittle. A Seviper. A Houndour. Jack, I think. It allows you to search your deck for up to 2 evolution Pokemon, reveal them, and put them in your hand. Very nice if you're running an evolution deck. Florigato, which is what Sprigatito evolves into. Zangoose. Reverse foils a Fortress. A Floette. And a Pawmot as the regular rare. Does a lot of damage for a single prize stage 2 Pokemon with 230 with its Electropause attack, though you do have to discard all energy from it. But it does have free retreat, which is nice, and its ability allows it to search your deck for a lightning energy and attach it to him, so it can power itself back up pretty quickly if you need it to. Pack number 7. Let's keep it moving. We've got a Pineco to go with the Fortress we pulled in the last pack. Flittle. Fuecoco. Drowsy. Espathra. Arven. This is another pretty good supporter from this set. It allows you to search your deck for an item card and a Pokemon tool card, reveal them, put them in your hand, and then shuffle your deck. And one thing to note about the Pokemon tools in this set, I don't think we've come across any yet, but one thing to note is that Pokemon tools are their own class of trainer card now. They used to be lumped in with item cards, but now they're their own class of trainer card, which I think is a little more intuitive. Got a Cacturn, a reverse foil Magikarp, a Poniard, and Houndstone as the rare of the pack. 140 hit points. Its attack is Last Respects. For 2 psychic energy, it does 80 damage plus 10 more damage for each psychic Pokemon in your discard pile. Kind of interesting if you're running a psychic deck. This is a nice little late game card to have. Could be fun. Alright, pack number 8. We got Alomomola, a Pomo, Toedscool, Rotom. This is actually a different one. There was one Rotom that had 60 hit points, and it had one attack that does 22, your choice of Pokemon. This one's a bit of a different one. It has its first attack lets you put an item card from your discard into your hand, and its second attack is just 20 with a chance of paralyzing the opponent. Another Jock. Florigato. There we go. Experience shared. This is one of the Pokemon tool cards. You can see they have their own purple text box to separate them from other classes of trainer card like Items, Supporter, and Stadium. This is a pretty good one. When your active Pokemon is knocked out from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, you can move a basic energy from that Pokemon to the Pokemon this is attached to. Very nice to have. A reverse foil Grimer. A reverse foil Espathra. And another Quaquaval Hollow. I've already explained what that one does, so no need to go over it once more. Pack number 9. And here we have Nemona, which is basically the Hop equivalent from Scarlet and Violet. It lets you draw 3 cards. It's pretty basic. Lechonk, one of the Pokemon you find really early in Scarlet and Violet, the video game. Flabebe. Growlithe. Mesagosa. This is a pretty nice stadium card that allows, once during each player's turn, allows the player to flip a coin. If it's heads, that player gets to search for a Pokemon, reveal it, and put it into their hand. So it's a nice extra way of getting Pokemon, though your opponent does get it too. Driftblim. Defiance Band. This is an interesting little Pokemon tool. If you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent, the attacks of the Pokemon this card is attached to do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So it's a nice when you're behind in a game and you need to catch back up. It'll help you get a little bit of extra damage in. Slowpoke, Wiglet, and Cloth as the rare of the pack. It's a pretty simple one. It's 130 hit point basic fighting Pokemon. Its Vice Grip is the first attack, 2 fighting for 50 damage. The other attack is Adrenaline Hammer. For 3 fighting energy, you do 130 damage, and it confuses itself. Probably not the best holo in the set, but still. Now we got number 10. In this one, we got Chansey, Rare Candy. This is another nice card to go in any sort of Stage 2 deck, like, say, a Gardevoir deck. Lets you choose a basic Pokemon in play, and put a Stage 2 card from your hand that evolves from it onto it. Very nice. Fido. I think it's a slightly different Fido than one we've gotten before. Dedenne. Stonejourner. Penny. This is a pretty nice supporter. It allows you to put one of your basic Pokemon and all attached cards into your hand. Very nice to pick up a Pokemon that's damaged and deny your opponent prizes. It allows you to reuse enter the field abilities like, say, Halucha's Flying Entry, for example. A lot of uses for this card. You got Medicham, Krokorok, Starly, and Miraidon. Not the EX, but still, it's a Miraidon. Can't complain too much about that. It's 120 hit point lightning Pokemon. Its Sharp Fang attack does 30 damage for 2 colorless, and for 2 lightning and a colorless, it has Lightning Laser for 90, and does 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Pack number 11. We've got Mankey, Squawkabilly. Sorry about that. Yep, butchered it. Capsakid. It's a slightly different one. Alomomola. Rocky Helmet. This is a tool that, if the Pokemon this card is attached to is active and is damaged by an attack from your opponent, you put 2 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. Mabostiff. Miriam, another useful supporter from the set. It allows you to shuffle up to 5 Pokemon from your discard pile into your deck. And if you shuffled any cards in your deck in this way, you draw 3 cards. Very nice to have. Flittle, Lechonk, and Cyclizar is the rare of the pack. 110 hit points. Its first attack draws you 2 cards, and its second attack does 100 damage for 3 colorless. Final pack of the video. We've got Flabebe, Toxel, Ralts, Growlithe, Crocolore, Muck, Florges, Stonejourner, Pachirisu, and Klefki. It's a very useful basic Pokemon. Only 70 hit points, but it has a nice ability in Mischievous Lock. As long as this Pokemon is active, basic Pokemon in play, both yours and your opponents, have no abilities except for Mischievous Lock. So if your opponent's using a deck that relies on basic Pokemon with abilities to get going, this can shut them down for a time to help you set up your own strategy. And his attack isn't too bad either. 1 colorless for 10 damage, and you discard all Pokemon tools. Very nice to have. And with that, I want to say that does it for this little opening. It's the first one I've had in a while. Thank you so much for watching. I know this was a bit of a longer video than what I usually do, but there was a lot of new cards that I wanted to explain, so I hope you enjoy this. Throw me a like if you did, and please comment below if you've had the chance to open some Scarlet and Violet. What are some of your favorite cards that you've pulled? Definitely let me know, and I will see you next time, and until then, good luck, have fun, and keep well.